Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today we're going to be tackling something that I know is on a lot of your minds, and that is the 2025 job market. Especially if you're in a competitive field like tech or law or media, I know a lot of you are looking for insights. And it's interesting because over 1.6 million workers have been searching for jobs for at least 6 months. That's the longest stretch since the pandemic. So we're going to unpack this whole thing and share some surprising strategies that can help you stand out from the crowd.
One of the things that's so interesting about the current job market is this kind of paradox. We've got relatively low unemployment, but the competition is fierce.
Yeah, it's most counterintuitive, right?
Hmm,
You would think low unemployment means it's easier to find a job.
exactly. But what we're seeing is that hiring has slowed down significantly in certain sectors, like tech and finance, while other areas like healthcare and government are actually booming. So this kind of creates a bottleneck effect, where you have a surplus of qualified candidates all vying for a limited number of openings.
So what can you do to stand out in this kind of crazy market? Well, we've got 6 strategies that we found in our research that can make a real difference.
The first one is enhance your skills.
Okay, so how do you even know what skills are in demand these days?
It's really about targeting those skills that align with emerging trends and future needs.
So things like data analysis.
Exactly. Data analysis is huge these days, and it's applicable across industries.
So someone with a background in data analysis, even if it's from like a completely different field, they could transition into a new role.
Absolutely. And this is where the idea of a forward-looking resume comes in. You really want to showcase your potential and how your existing skills can be applied to new challenges.
I love that. It's all about highlighting your value, not just listing past accomplishments. Speaking of future value, our second strategy is learning to use AI tools. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly a tech whiz myself, but even I can see how powerful these tools can be.
Oh, absolutely. AI tools are becoming more and more accessible for everyday professionals.
So we're not talking about building robots or anything. What are some ways that people can actually use AI tools?
Well, think about Canva, for example. It's a graphic design platform that anyone can use to create stunning
For
visuals.
like resumes and portfolios?
Exactly. And then there's Napkin.ai, which can help you with things like research and brainstorming and even writing cover letters.
Wow, so AI can help you with all that.
It can.
Okay, so it's not about being replaced by AI. It's about using AI to your advantage. Now on to our third strategy, networking.
Yes, but networking with the modern twist.
So we're talking about going beyond your usual circle of friends and colleagues. How do you actually expand your network in a meaningful way?
Well, platforms like LinkedIn are great for this. You can engage with industry groups, participate in online discussions, and really position yourself as a thought leader in your field.
It's like building your online reputation.
Exactly.
And what about virtual events?
Those are fantastic as well. Webinars, online conferences, these are all great opportunities to learn, connect, and expand your network beyond your geographical limitations.
And of course, there's always the good old-fashioned referral. But what if you're not comfortable with networking? Like, what if you dread the thought of going to events or reaching out to strangers?
Well, in that case, professional guidance can be a huge help. There are career coaching services out there, like careeroystercoach.com, that can teach you how to network effectively and build your confidence.
It's like having a coach in your corner to guide you through the process. All right, so our fourth strategy is being open to an industry or role transition. So this can be a little daunting, I know, especially if you spent years building a career in a specific field. But sometimes a change of scenery can open up a world of new possibilities.
It's true, but it's also a chance to rediscover your passions and leverage your transferable skills, and maybe even explore some uncharted territory.
And the research actually highlights a success story from CareerOysterCoach.com, a client named Chris who successfully transitioned industries and found a new career path.
That's great. It's a good reminder that stepping outside your comfort zone can lead to some amazing opportunities.
And of course, career coaches can be a valuable resource during this process as well. They can help you identify your skills and explore different career paths. It's like having a guide to help you navigate those uncharted waters. Okay, so we've covered 4 strategies so far, and I'm already feeling inspired. But before we dive into the final 2, let's just take a moment to reflect on what we've learned.
Sure. So far, we've talked about enhancing your skills, leveraging AI tools, expanding your network, and embracing the possibility of an industry or role transition. And the key takeaway here is adaptability.
It's about being proactive and taking ownership of your job search. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. Resources like CareerOysterCoach.com are there to support you every step of the way. So take a deep breath, embrace the challenge, and let's keep exploring these strategies to help you conquer the 2025 job market.
So are you ready for the last two strategies?
Oh yeah, hit me.
All right, so number 5 is all about optimizing your online presence. It's like you're curating your own digital storefront. It's often the first impression you make on potential employers, so you really want to make it count.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've all heard about LinkedIn, but what makes a profile really stand out?
Well, it's got to go beyond just listing your work history. It's about telling your story, you know, highlighting what makes you unique and showcasing your personality.
So it's not just a static resume.
Right.
And what about personal websites and online portfolios? Are those still a thing?
Oh, absolutely. They're a great way to give potential employers a deeper dive into your work. You can showcase projects, share testimonials, even write blog posts or articles to demonstrate your expertise.
So it's all about having a platform where you can control the narrative.
Exactly.
Okay, so our sixth and final strategy is seeking professional guidance. Now, I know some people might think they can handle the job search on their own, but honestly, having an expert in your corner can make all the difference.
It's true, there's a ton of information online, but it can be overwhelming to sift through it all. And a career coach can provide that personalized guidance and support to help you stay focused and on track.
It's like having a personal trainer for your career.
Exactly.
And let's be real, a job search can be emotionally draining, especially when it drags on for months. How do you stay motivated when you're facing rejection after rejection?
Well, I think the key is to remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have to pace yourself and celebrate those small victories along the way.
So it's about finding the right job, not just any job.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some practical tips for staying motivated and avoiding burnout?
Well, first of all, you have to set realistic expectations.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the idea of landing your dream job overnight. But the reality is, job searches take time.
And effort.
And effort.
And probably a few bumps in the road.
Definitely.
So it's about accepting those bumps as part of the process.
Exactly.
And what about staying positive when you're facing rejection?
Well, rejection is just part of the game. The key is to reframe it as a learning opportunity.
So instead of dwelling on the no's, focus on what you can learn from each experience.
Exactly.
And how about continuous learning?
Continuous learning is crucial. It keeps you engaged and shows potential employers that you're committed to growth.
And it might even open up new career paths that you hadn't considered before.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about realistic goals, reframing rejection, and continuous learning. What about the physical and mental aspects of staying motivated?
Those are super important. When you're feeling stressed, it's easy to neglect your well-being. But that's the worst thing you can do.
So make sure you're exercising, eating healthy, getting enough sleep,
Right.
and taking breaks to recharge.
And don't forget about your support system. Reach out to friends, family mentors, anyone who can offer encouragement and help you stay positive.
It's a good reminder that you're not alone in this. So we've covered a lot of ground today. From specific strategies to tips for staying motivated, I'm feeling pretty pumped up to tackle this job search. What are some key takeaways you hope our listeners will remember?
You know, at the end of the day, the job market is tough, but it's not impossible. By being proactive and adaptable and, using those strategies we talked about, you can definitely find success.
Yeah, it's all about shifting your mindset,
Right.
From feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered. We talked about so much. Enhancing your skills, AI networking, being open to new industries, your online presence, and even getting some professional guidance. These strategies can really make a difference.
And remember, staying motivated is key. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So pace yourself, celebrate those small wins, and don't hesitate to reach out for support.
And speaking of support, we got to mention CareerOysterCoach.com again. They offer personalized guidance and tons of resources to help you every step of the way.
Yeah, they even offer a free 1-hour consultation, so you can see if their services are right for you.
That's awesome. It's like having a personal cheerleader in your corner.
So if you're feeling lost or stuck in your job search, I highly recommend checking them out.
All right, so bottom line, the 2025 job market is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. Stay curious, stay proactive, and keep diving deep. That's all for this deep dive, folks. We hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, you got this.